Good afternoon, everyone. Hi. How many of us here currently right now do door knocking or find that to be something that they do like to do? There's quite a bit of us here, many people here. But just by show of hands, okay, I do. Okay. Carlos, a lot of people. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
and 10
Yeah.
people raise their hands. Yeah, it's not only the chat. It's a huge audience today. So, Paul,
Well,
everybody's
this is
super
going to be very good.
interested. Yeah,
Very interesting because there's a lot of techniques to this that really will cause you to be successful, and we want to make sure that you're able to take away from today's session great value. What does door knocking mean to you? Let me get two people or three people that would come up.
All right,
I'll be
hopefully you can
right
hear me,
back.
Paul. Yeah, we are just saying, it's funny, I door knocked someone just about an hour ago. There was an expired property that came on the market and kind of close by to my office, so I figured instead of calling him, I'll just stop by the house, door knock him, and try to talk to him in person.
it's great. And generally, do you door knock a lot?
Yeah, I do. I try as long as it's kind of local to my office. I do try to door knock instead of calling or sending a mailer. Just seems like a great way to get ahead of the competition.
Great. And John, you are a client of ours, right? Of
Yeah.
Agent Locator, yeah. So what do you typically bring with yourself when you door knock? Are you using our system? Are you offering them nosy neighbor or maybe homeward?
Really, on the first one, I really don't bring anything. I think I find if I come with a bunch of papers and I'm walking in with a file, they'll think that I'm selling solar panels or trying to sell something else, and they don't come to the they don't come to the door. So right off the bat, I really don't bring anything.
So there were a couple more people who raised their hand. Here he is. So maybe Vincent. Vincent, would you like to tell us about your door knocking experiences? It gave you the ability to talk.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Paul,
Oh,
can you hear Vincent?
okay,
Ye-
I can hear clear.
Yes, yes, Vincent. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm back and I could hear. Continue, Vincent.
Okay, so I used to door knock few years ago, and I actually got my first listing through door knock when I was a really new agent, and so I got my first listing through door knocking, and I believe in door knocking. But right now, after COVID, for the last 5 years, I have not done any door knocking. I don't know. I think I have a mental block. I like doing door knocking, but I believe people doesn't like door knocking. So that thought is preventing me from not doing door knocking. Can you help with that? How
Of
to change
course.
that mental block?
Absolutely, Vincent. So, the first gentleman, I apologize. I didn't hear what, Rob, I think your name was. I don't remember. But Vincent, you're saying, hey, listen, a mental block, your first listing, you had a success in getting door knocking done and getting your first deal even. But then 5 years and you've done nothing towards that tool that you have to door knock. Fine. What we're going to cover today, Vincent, you're going to see how you could use door knocking to be something that's fun and that you want to do. And we're going to talk about PDC and personally developing contacts in the neighborhoods. It's fun. It's going to be phenomenal. All right. So, who else? Manika?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Vincent. So, get your pen and paper ready, guys. And this is being recorded, so that's going to be great. Who else? I could see the screen right now. We're all good to go. You could hear my voice. Mic check, mic check. Yes? Put your hands up. You could hear me? Everybody could hear me and everybody could see the screen, what's on the screen. Yes, yes, yes. Carlos said yes. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Bianca, you're amazing. Who else would like to tell us about door knocking? What are some of the things that they want to achieve on today's session? Just one or two more people.
Again,
Gotcha.
please raise your hands again if you would like, so I can give you the ability to talk. Okay. We have here Balvinder. Balvinder, please. If you'd like to say, I gave you the ability to talk.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, Balwinder.
Okay, for me, I've been door knocking. I did some door knocking before COVID, then I still started again about 3 years ago. I got the listings, but I know there is a lot of competition. So I am just feeling like, I don't know, I am just lacking either in the script or as a follow up, as I'm not able to collect like emails or numbers, or I'm always lacking that, okay, you know what, the next second or third time, if I'm going to go at the same door, should I be taking something with me, or what the script should be so I can connect with more people?
Got you. So, Balwinder, you're saying basically, how should you compete and win every single door knock that you knock on? Is that what you're saying?
That's true.
Okay, all right. Some of the things we're going to show you today is how to win every single door knock. For example, making a connection, such a compelling connection with the client or your audience, and you make them curious. So much so that they really want to see your presentation. They really want to hear from you. It's an interesting thing that you're about to see. Thank you so much, Balwinder. Get a pen and paper and get ready for your answer. Is there one more person that want to bring something to the table before we get to the slides?
We have two more people who
Yeah, bring them
raised
up.
their
Bring 'em up.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah, bring them up.
Romulus.
Yeah.
Romulus is here. Here, Romulus, you can now talk.
How's that?
Good.
Is that
Perfect.
working? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I've been door knocking probably 2.5 years now, and I've had some success. I go over the same areas over and over again, trying to meet everybody. Is it still working?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, we're good.
And because I feel, if I don't know everybody in the neighborhood, then I can't really help them. So, and the people that I've already met, I sort of take notes. I bring my iPad, and then when I meet them, I say, are you thinking of moving, or would you like a home evaluation? It changes depending on where I am. And, some people, like if you're in a townhouse complex, they kind of all know what their properties are worth. So the home evaluation may not be as enticing as just market stats. And then I try to stay in touch, but it feels like it's getting stale. I don't know if I've maxed out the areas. Do I need to do new areas? I cover like quite a few doors from all of
Perfect.
the region, basically. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I'm trying to bring in new areas, or maybe I'm trying to change up my approach at the door. And I know right now people know too, listing's not great. It's not a great time to list because things are sitting for so long. So, but anyways, I'm hoping to find something or get some piece out of this that will help me move to the next level.
You will, Romulus. You will. I love that name. Sounds like a Roman emperor. Romulus.
My dog's name is Maximus.
I love that. I love that.
I knew it. I knew it. Well, thank you so much. Get a pen and paper, because what I hear you saying is like 2.5 years now, you've been doing the door knocking and it's in you. You're good. You're targeting, but you want to find how to get new targets that could be successful for you as well. Is that what you're saying, Romulus?
Basically, I mean, you
Okay.
can't just
Yeah.
keep going back to the same
No, you
doors.
can't. No, you can't. And I'm going to show you a few things that perhaps you might say, okay, wow, let's use this, or maybe you won't. But I pretty much
Yeah.
guarantee you probably will say, yes, let's use it. So good. One more person, and then let's get to the slides.
Yes, we have Said. So I'm gonna allow you to talk. I think he was the first to raise his hand. Here you go, Said.
Do you hear me, Paul?
Yes, Saeed.
Yes.
And first of all, I have to apologize to you on open ear that I missed our last meeting because I was traveling from one city to the next. But please
No
go right
worries.
ahead.
No worries. You owe me a lunch next time.
Yes, buddy. There, I got you.
Yeah, thank you for your time. I've been door knocking consistently and I have had success. Recently, the more I do, the less I get, and I think it's more conversion issue I have. And my goal is to dominate the farming area that I have been working for the past few years, and also do door knock terminate expiry. And when I go door knock, I take my sales history along with the sales activity for the month. Every month, I use the flyer. So I get a lot of leads. I connect with people, well, get the number, get the lead. But after that, it's hard to get to the appointment. Or they say, no, we are not ready, or we are not ready. And then the lead dies there, even if I do more and more communication. So I am hoping to get good piece of advice here for getting people and converting them into appointment and ultimately list their property.
Perfect. So, Saeed, I hear what you're saying, and right now you want to know how to convert more, how to be a stronger conversion rate inside of your farm area. You've got an area identified and you're working it, and also you want to see what you could come up with today on making a strong connection with the client and then nurturing them so that they come back to you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes.
Oh, wonderful. We've got you covered, and thank you so much for the participation. Who was the first person? What was the name? Rob? Was it Rob? I don't remember because I couldn't hear.
I think it was John.
John. Okay, John. What did John want?
Well, John has been pretty successful at door knocking. John, if you want to go again,
Yeah. We got to hit
here you
everybody on the
go.
net. Go ahead, John. We'll
Yeah.
get started next.
Okay. Yeah, we're just saying earlier. I've been doing it about 5 years now, and I've had some success, but I can definitely learn some new things to be better for sure. So looking forward to it.
All right, so you just want some new ideas. All right,
So yeah,
cool. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, guys. My name is Paul R. Atkinson. I'm a certified professional coach. I'm one of the founders of Successful Business Academy, as you could see there on your screen. And we coach people all over this world. We're grateful for that. A lot of people we coach are individuals who own businesses that in real estate or in sales, and we work with Agent Locator. I'm also a real estate broker. I own a firm called PRA and Company Realtors. You can look us up. And I manage over 28 agents and coach them as well. So let's get to how do we check in and get the art of door knocking. What is your checklist for effective door knocking? If we go to the next slide, and Bianca is helping us out, you'll see that it's time for you to get new clients. And how do you do your best door knocking for new business in today's market? We've heard from our current audience. There's a lot of people here today. And John is saying, hey, look, what new ideas you have for me? Vincent is saying, how do I remove this mental block? Baldwinder, I love that name, Baldwinder, is saying how to compete and win. And Romulus is saying, hey, so many years, what about targeting? What do I target? Where do I get new, fresh meat? Sahid is like, listen, I want to convert. We're going to do that right now. You got to pay attention to what I'm saying to you. And this was set up where we would go each time one by one. But unfortunately, I cannot share my screen. I still can't do it. I don't know why. But it's okay. The automation is not here. So let's just focus on the number one, the first thing in the checklist. Do not let your eyes drive into the next topic. I wish I could cover them, right? So focus right now on the first one that we're talking about. These are my tested and proven roadmap for you to become very strong at door knocking and even don't skip a beat and even enjoy what you're doing. So the first thing that I want you to pay attention to here is get your PMA up and running. What in the world am I talking about? I'm going to take you through a series right now and just imagine This series is your protocol. This is how you begin your door knocking. If you're going to do it today, this is how you begin it. If you're going to do it tomorrow, this is how you begin doing it. If you're going to do it next week, it doesn't matter. If you're doing it 5 days a week, you're going to start out by following these simple steps. Number 1, get your PMA up and running. What am I talking about when I say PMA? Write it down. It's positive mental attitude. Your positive mental attitude. If I'm going to do door knocks this evening at 7 p.m., today, right now, or sometime before 7 p.m., I'm going to do some kind of meditation. I'm going to do some kind of quiet time. I'm going to take, if it's even 5 minutes, sitting in the car in the park, saying, you know what? Today's a good day, and a little bit of self-talk. I'm going to knock on the doors this evening, and every door that I knock on, I'm going to get somebody to look me and talk to me, and I'm going to just flow. All the words are going to come out of my mouth, and it's going to flow. And I'm going to hand them my business card. I'm going to hand them my flyer, and they're going to like me and want to do business with me. I want you to know that that's important. You got to have your mindset up and running for the game, because this is a game, and it's a tough game. You're going out there to door knock. It could be hot, 90 degrees, 100 degrees. You're sweating. The makeup is falling off your face. It could be cold. You could slip and fall. It doesn't matter. We don't know where you are or where you're going to be. But if it's going to be something that you use as a good tool to generate business, and it's a phenomenal tool, by the way, you need to have the strong mindset to be able to do it and do it consistently and regularly. So let's say you're going in a neighborhood like, for example, let's see, it was Romulus. He's going into his community and he's there, and he's been there so many times. How do you be creative? Well, you simply just do as he's doing and just take it to the next level of you becoming that local expert. So much so, when you do start to see these people over and over again, drift away in your mind from asking for the business, but let the business be given to you. So what am I saying? In the same mindset, positive mental attitude, when you go into this community that you've been to 10 million times, even in your own community, because you've been there all this time, just relax and wear your name badge, wear your company shirt, or wear something magnet on your car, do something, a hat that identifies you as the realtor of choice, and just have a little chat with them. I call it love talk. So it's important that the mind is ready to have these kind of conversations with people. Speak from the heart. It's not about always the business. If you just let it be in a place of your heart, you're going to have fun with it. It's going to be cool to you. It's like a social butterfly effect. Number 2, perception becomes one's own reality. So what does that mean? Well, believe it or not, we are all human beings. And you, even you, my dear audience, yes, I'm talking to you. If you see 2 people come into a room that you're in, and one of them is dressed in a nice suit, hair well groomed, beautiful shoes, smell good, and the other one come in just a little bit raggedy, might not smell so fresh, and some wrinkled clothes, and you had to do business or even interact as a human being, which one do you think you're going to want to shake the hands with? Tell me. Is it not the one with the suit and the look good? Perception becomes one's own reality. So this is the beginning of your selling skills. Because the first is your mindset, and then the second would be your perception. How could you be debonair? How could you walk into a room and be dandy, suave, charismatic? How could you seduce the client? So much so that they're like compelled to want to see you. Interesting. There's a book that I've read by Robert Greene, the author, write it down, Robert Greene, and it's called The Art of Seduction. He talks about 9 different traits of characteristics of the seducer. There is the genuine person, there is the natural, there is the dandy, there is the charismatic, there's the siren. Who are you? And who is the person that you're talking to? Because everybody has their own little things that they like. But how do you become psychologically so strong in your mind that you're able to pick up on these traits of the person that would like to be social with you, that would like to be logical with you, that would like to be perhaps emotional with you? How do you pick up on that? It's selling skills and you have to build it. But perception becomes one's own reality. That means when you get ready to do your door knocking, that shirt and pants or that outfit that you wear and that shoes and those nails that you didn't do or you did and the watch that you put on or you didn't put on matters. And it helps the door to get open to you. Another thing about the perception that comes into the visual realm is, remember, people are looking through a keyhole. So more than likely, you should have a little flyer in your hand. And Bianca, if you could stop sharing the screen for a second so I could kind of show them and demonstrate how to knock on the door. All right, look at me. Let me see if she could stop it. Okay, this is how I go door knocking. Are you seeing me? Full screen? All right, no? Everybody is seeing the speaker or you're not seeing me? Yes? Okay, good, because I can't tell. You're going to have something in your hand like this, like a flyer, a one-page flyer of maybe the things that you do for the community. Thank you, John. And when you press the doorbell, maybe try to put it by your face and you don't like press the doorbell like this. Ding dong, with a smile. Ding dong. If you have on shades and it's really, really hot outside, okay, you could be a little gangster. Remember, perception becomes one's own reality. Take that shade off, maybe just put it in your shirt like that. Ding dong. So they kind of like, wow, I wonder what's going on. Perception becomes one's own reality. Please, if you could bring back the screen now. So you have to remember that these are the techniques. They all kind of, it's a compilation of your mindset and your physical appearance at this moment, which takes us into number 3. You're going to schedule drive times. On your calendar, there's 7 days in the week. Which days and what are the best times to do door knock? And you want to write this down. From my experience, 22 years, 23 years as a real estate agent, best times, someone says, Pat says anytime. Okay, that's wonderful, Pat. Thank you very much for commenting. The best times for you to do door knock, write this down, and I'll tell you a story, is between 8:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. in the morning. Again, in the afternoon, between, let's say, 12 and 1, 12 and 2. And then in the evening, for sure, the ripe, like a banana, the ripe time would be right there between 6:30 and 7:30 to 8 o'clock when it's not getting dark too quickly. Now, if you go and door knock in the morning in an area and someone doesn't answer or nobody comes, you should leave something and then you try it back again later on, especially for listings that are expired and canceled. We're going to talk about that at the end. But you want to leave something and you want to come back a second or third time. If you knock on a door and nobody comes, it's okay. You should make it where you can come back again and try to do it as fast as you can. When you schedule your PDC in personal development in the neighborhoods, set times around that time frame, early in the morning, midday. Definitely, the hot spot is going to be in the evening time. People could be getting ready for dinner, or people just finished the dinner, and you want to catch them when you are able to catch them. So schedule the time. Now, when you do personal developing contacts, when you drive a neighborhood, a little tip for you right now, like Romulus, even though you are going through community that you've been through before, it is your job to be that expert and to just be having those love talks. So you're going to look to have the love talks. When you're having the love talk, it means that you could be driving down the street and you see a guy outside or a woman outside just picking up the weeds out the garden. Pull the car over. Hi. I hope the perception becomes one's own realities there. When you pull out the car, you look like a professional. There is something that identifies you as a realtor. A hat, a polo shirt, a name badge. Don't just do this in a regular, civilian clothes. Don't do that. No, 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 no. It doesn't work. So you're going to go and you're going to say, hi, good afternoon. I see you're waiting. You're working the weeds right now, because you're going to make the next thing that I'm telling you. Number 4, you got to make a connection with the audience. So connection with the audience, meaning that you're getting them to like you and to listen to you. And there's 3 techniques to do that. Associate, mirror, and give them credit. So let's say you're going to associate with them. And let's go back to this story that I was telling you. Romulus pulls up into the community. He's PDC in the area, personal developing contacts. He drives down the street in his nice car, and a lady is there picking the weeds out the garden. From his heart, he truly likes to do it too. Or from his heart, he does not like to do weed picking. It's one or the other. He stops the car. He comes out of the car. He's going to associate with her right now. He's in his uniform. He represents himself. Before she even recognizes what the man is about, she sees, oh, it must be something to do with a real estate agent. He has a real estate uniform on. And he says, hi, good afternoon, ma'am. How are you? I see you're doing what I like to do the best. Or, good afternoon, ma'am. How are you? I see that you're doing what I hate doing. Oh my gosh, picking the weeds. Do you guys get this? Are you following? Are you tracking? These are selling skills, but it's so much fun and it's so real. And there's nothing to hide. The other thing is mirroring technique. You get up to the door and you go knock on the door and you say, hi, my name is Paul, and I'm the local realtor expert here. I just want to let you know I just listed a house over here. And they're standing a certain way with their legs spread apart, shoulders width apart. Do the same. They're standing with one hand to their chest. You do the same. Mirror-in technique. It's a psychological thing, just mirroring. And we're going to go through, and let's say we have given credit. What is given credit? It's a psychological reciprocity. When you give your audience credit for their belief, they become morally obligated to give you credit for yours. So if you ever get an opportunity to compliment your audience, you tell them, wow, what great, home you have here. I feel like this is a fantastic home. What great gardening you have here. What great curb appeal you have here. Give them credit. That's important. The next one would be number 5. And you would want to, when you do these door knocks, your objective is to actually get an appointment to sit down with them. But before we go deeper into that, we want to talk a little bit more about making a connection, because we're all here, all of us right now. 5 people came up and they said, 4 people came up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And they said, oh, I'm doing door knocks for 5 years, 2 years, 3 years. Some people say, hey, you know what, I feel burnt out. Some people feel like, hey, how do I target right? One of the most important questions you should ask yourself is, when you're doing a door knock, are you able to make a connection with the client or the audience? And Bianca, monitor the chat for me, because if someone wants to interject or say something, let's stop me and say it. We're midway through right now. But how do
Yeah.
you make a connection? Anybody? Can anybody give me right now a little bit of like talk on how to make a connection? Let's kill the screen and let's show my eyes, please. How do you make a connection with your audience besides the techniques association? Can anyone tell us? Come, feel free to come up. Vincent, Baldwinder, Romulus, Saeed, John, or anybody else?
Let's hear from Vincent. He raised his hand. So, and then we also
John,
have Wasim. We have also Wasim and Romulus. So I'm just gonna one by one allow you to talk. So Vincent first.
thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. So whenever I make the door knocking, I see it's like I see the importance of seeing the connection, making the connection. So the first thing is the expression on the face. Like usually they will be not in a welcoming mood sometimes, but always the agent has to be pleasant on face, at least a thankful expression for opening the door. That always worked for me. Because from the heart I feel thanks for opening the door. And then like the weeds, you mentioned the example of weeds. Sometimes it might be the garden. Everything is an opportunity. If you look, there will be something to compliment and start with it. That's all what I always do and always works that way. Because I look for something, maybe their lawn. It might be more greener, or maybe there might be some flowers in the garden, or I say I like those flowers. That itself opens the conversation. That's
Yeah, good job. Very good job. Now, you said that you feel like when you pull up to the door, knock on it, Vincent, you look at their face, and what happens? Is your heart starting to beat? Is your negative thoughts coming over you? What's
no
happening? Tell
the
it.
no the first thing is I feel much thankful, because genuinely thankful, because a lot of time people doesn't open the doors.
Okay.
So if they open the door itself, I feel happy because of the opening of the door.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
then my face is happy face, and they, I think the mirroring happens, and they also feel that way.
Beautiful. Mirroring. There you go. Good job. So what if you were to open a door and you see somebody grumpy or mean looking? What do you tell yourself? Let me answer that. You tell yourself, let me get through this one and get to the next one, because the next one somebody's going to smile for me.
Yeah,
You have to be.
I will try to give the card, and I will say sorry, I will come another time. I'll try to give the cards and leave. That's it. I won't try
Yeah,
to.
it's okay. No, well, I want you to start prompting yourself, Vincent. Don't dismiss yourself if they're grumpy. I want you to say to them, "Hey, listen, is this a bad time? I'm here to provide you with some information about your home and the community. I'm the best realtor in the community. Is this a bad time?"
Mhm.
You got to show value. Like, what's the value? You got to state your value. Hi, my name is Vincent Thomas. I'm the best realtor right here in your community. I was just stopping by to give you this flyer on something that sold recently, or I have people looking if you know anybody wants to buy or sell, excuse me. That's it. I'm the best guy in the community. I just wanted to say hello. What's the value? And then you move on. Next person. Thank you very much, Vincent. You're amazing. And who would be next? Like, tell us, how do you make a connection? What are some of the proven things that you've used to make that audience open the door and like connect with you? How do you do that?
I'm gonna try with Monica. So she raised her hand in the chat. So I'm gonna now allow you to talk, Monica. So you should be now able to talk. Please try. She was chatting in also before.
Hi.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Great. We
I
have
think,
you. We can hear you. Yes.
yes, I don't know about the uh, raising hands and the picture. I have no idea. But, anyways, I just wanted to speak a little. I am in actually Canada. So, basically, I have been door knocking. One thing I don't do is being disciplined about it. So I'm trying to stay on point with everything, But normally when I go, I definitely make sure I have a huge smile on my face. If they are grumpy, I say sorry. I just want to sometimes ask, even if if they need any help with anything, because there's a lot of people that are older, alone, and they basically sometimes looking to even chat about little things, about their cat, their dog. And when I do door knock, I normally take a flyer, which if I have a listing in completely different area, it depending, like I work with some areas where there's like a cottage style, lower value. So if I go to the area where there's larger values homes, normally during the COVID, people was moving away in different areas, cheaper areas, away from everybody, right? So
Yeah.
I normally bring the flyer that states this is my listing in different area, and I normally don't ask them, do you think you're gonna sell, or are you planning to sell? I'm asking, do you know of anybody that is thinking of selling, that
Yeah.
is looking to purchase? And another thing, I also ask them if they actually have a active realtor that they are working with and staying in communication, on a regular basis. If they're not, I will ask them to give me the chance to stay in touch. I
Mm-hmm.
will try to take their email address, their phone number, and basically keep going at it, right? Do not ever give up on those people, just being consistent, every quarter or every month or something like
Yeah.
that, and prove them that, I am consistent as well with them.
Correct. Beautiful, Monica. You're absolutely correct. You did not skip a beat right there. The most important thing, the most
I'm
important
shaking
thing.
inside because I never speak like this out loud, but
Uh,
I
oh,
try to
good
do my best.
job. Do it more often. That's how you
Yes.
get the shaking out of you. And one thing I heard you said is that, sometimes you don't do this on a regular schedule. So what is standing in your way? Who is coaching you? Who is mentoring you? Are you yourself coached? Are you that advanced right now that you don't have coaching? Because if that's so, then that's also great. But remember, you've got to create the discipline and have accountability because you're
Yeah,
good
the
at what you're doing.
accountability.
Do
Yeah, the
it. Do
accountability
it.
is missing right there. So I basically, I'm going, and then suddenly maybe I feel a burnout or something, and I stop, and it's just
Mm-mm. Balance,
that.
balance.
So
No, balance yourself. Balance yourself. And we talk more about that inside our coaching, how to give yourself a daily reward at the end of the day. But right now, we can't get into that. But Monica, thank you so
okay,
much. You're doing
thank you.
great. You're welcome. Just get rid of that little ability right now that is lacking where you need to put it on a schedule. Like set up your door knocks for like 3 times a week. Like make it mandatory and just start there, or even 1 time a week. I'm going to do it on this day and that time and do it. And then next week, you follow through and do it again and do it again and make it a whole plan. Who is
Thank you.
next? You're welcome. We'll get to the slides.
Okay, we have just two short questions in the chat, so maybe then we can go also to the people who have raised their hands again.
Sure.
John is saying something I think many other agents will also feel this. He says he has kind of no connection, and he feels just like a flyer delivery guy when
Yeah.
door knocking. I can also give you the ability to talk, John, if you want. So if just let me know in the chat if you
Yeah,
want
sure.
to elaborate more on this.
Sure. While John is thinking about it, you can let him come to the stage. Yes, okay, good. Yeah, John, tell us what you're feeling because I understand what you're saying. You feel like a flyer delivery guy, but elaborate on that. Tell us what this means to you. Come on.
Basically, hi everybody.
Right.
When I door knocking, I just have a flyer and a market report and recent sold data and active in the neighborhood. So I knock on the door, I introduce myself, and I just ask them if it's anything what I can do from them now in the future. And they say, no, good, thank you. And I'm done and I leave.
All right. All right. That's understood. Now you could change
So,
that. Go ahead. Go
so
ahead.
the next step will be just to say, if they know of anyone who plan or they are in the market to buy a home, but I don't have time for that, or just to say, no worries, this is a nice property. How long have you been called this place a home? And go from there and just tell them, oh, you must build lots of equity. Do you want to know the value of your home? I don't have time for that. They say, ah, thank you. And I go, oh, thank you. Well, bye-bye.
I understand that. And what you're needing to do is just basically try to learn how to make a strong connection in 60 seconds. Remember, there's three important things that we covered on the slides. The first thing was the PMA, positive mental attitude. The second thing was perception becomes one's own reality. And then the third thing is like making this connection by using association, mirror, or gift. So who's John? You know, who are you? And how do you develop these skills of walking up to an audience in an elevator or in a networking meeting or a door knock in somebody's home, and they come to the door and you make them so curious that they're saying and they're listening to you. It's a bunch of things. So to answer your question, John, when we get back to the slides, make sure you've written down the top things, the top three things that we talked about. Getting that PMA, your mindset in the game, thinking positive and believing that you're going to get a good client. Then you have your perception of how people see you. You know how they see you. So you look real good and you purposely do something to them to like you. And then you make that connection. Thank you so much, John. And when we get back to the slide, watch as I bring it back together again. Who's the next person, or Bianca?
So,
Who would you like?
yes, so I'm gonna allow Vasim to talk. So Vasim, here you go.
Okay.
The stage is yours. Vasim, you can talk now.
Oh, it's Ellen. I'm with Pete's team.
Okay, great, Ellen. Hey, there you go.
Hi, everybody.
Sorry.
Nice to meet everybody and have the opportunity to chat here. There's a really great technique that I use. It's called reflective listening. And when you're in a conversation with somebody, if you say back something that they've said, it instantly builds rapport. Like you could say, okay, so you've lived here. They could say to you, we've lived in the area for 25 years. You can say back, wow, 25 years, that's a long time. You must really love it here. So you're reflecting back their conversation, and that builds instant rapport.
Wonderful. Ellen, it's been impeccable. Absolutely. We really appreciate that. And you're right. Definitely, appreciate you saying that and using it. It works. So true. When you let the audience know that they have value and you have value in their words and their belief, it's a psychological tremor effect that just caused them to like you, listen to you, and connect to you. So it's amazing. Yeah, use that. This is a good thing. Thank you so much, Alan. Is there anybody else before we get back to the slide, Bianca?
Yes, I'm gonna allow Romulus to talk. Yeah, Romulus, the stage is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello?
Yes,
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, you know what? I found that there's lots of ways from the moment you're walking up to the front door. I look around to see if you see a sign of anything. They open the door, there's a dog barking. There's so many ways to connect with people that I've found the connecting part and having the conversation. And the reality is we're not going to connect with everybody. And as long as you're okay with that too, you know when it's time to put that down. I just wonder, my biggest thing is you keep going over these areas. You've met so many of the people. Now the area that used to take you 2 hours or 3 hours only takes you an hour. So are you bringing in more areas, or are you going back to people that you've already tried to, you know what I mean? Or now you're going to an area only for a small amount of people?
No, you're going to go into new areas, and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you some pointers on how you could get a whole bunch of listings and do something that's called the P5, the Paul 5. So stand by, we're coming. Anybody else before we get back to the slide? This is a good one, Romulus. I promise you. I'm going to answer that question. Hang tight, buddy. Here I come. Anybody
Um,
else?
just one question in the chat. So Shan is Shan Jeffrey, so I don't know what's the name, what's the last name. So how about giving them a gift like a notepad?
Okay, that's great, but it's going to cost you a lot of money because that could be something that's going to get thrown in the trash. And the notepad is going to cost you money. The gift should be the free one-page flyer of why list with you or something about you and what you do for the community, or the one-page flyer of a new listing that's in the community that you know of, that you're marketing. A gift, that's a gift. It didn't cost you anything to print 500 of them. How about that? So that's important. Notepad could cost money, not cost effective for the business operation. Let's get back to the screen so we can get this timing that we have with a few more topics. We have at least five more things to go over. Very important. So let's bring back the screen up now. And remember, the first thing that we talked about the number one was to get your mindset in there. The perception is your own reality, becomes one's own reality. Schedule your drive time. Scheduling it ahead of time will give you the discipline that you need to move forward and get this thing done. You got to have the discipline to do it. And then you need to connect with the audience. Most of us say we don't have a problem. You know, Romulus says he's walking up to the door and he sees a flower pot. He sees a dog. That's right. Make association and relax with this. Then you get an appointment for a sit down. When you make that connection with them and you ask the powerful question like, hey, I am Paul Atkinson. I'm your local realtor. I've just listed a home close by, or I am just doing my daily canvassing of this community. I'm one of the top realtors right here. I brought you a gift here, and this is my one-page flyer of everything that I do for the community. Is this a good time to talk? I hate to interrupt. Just 2 minutes of your time. Ask the permission. They said, yeah, sure. What do you want, Paul? Well, I just wanted to let you know that I've never met you before, and here's my flyer. I'm also identifying myself as one of the top realtors right here in your community. And who would you know that would possibly want to sell their house in this community? Or even, do you know anyone that want to move in here? Because I have the inventory that I could help someone. Maybe a relatives of yours, or anyone lives in New York. You know, I used to live in New York. Things like that, like you jog their mind. Like, oh, yeah, you know, well, if somebody lives in a beautiful neighborhood, don't you think they might have a sister, or brother, or relative that might want to be there? That could be a way for you to just have a great love talk. I do that quite often, and that's a really good tool. And as we mentioned earlier, like when you repeat what someone says, like Helen spoke about that, if someone is telling you something, you can repeat it. And you should, because it's a psychological part of the sales. They know that you're confirming that you understand them. And then you want to get an appointment. If they're saying, look, I'm thinking about selling, I'm not sure yet, it could be next year, tell them, don't worry, you have plenty of time. I would just like to come down, take a look on the inside, and I could come back this evening at 6 p.m. or tomorrow. Or if you're up to it and they say, well, hey, come on in right now, be careful, number one, if you're a lady, and if you're a man, of course, but make sure that you're prepared for all of this. But definitely just try to get a time, another time, and especially make sure you check for authority to buy. Authority to buy would be the wife comes to the door and say, yeah, you could come by, that's great. Then you say, okay, would your rest of your family be present that I'm able to talk to everyone? You don't know if they have a spouse or someone else, or a daughter, or somebody's son. That's a part of the decision-making process. So you have to get that authority to buy. Who else do you need to present to? That's why you try to ask to come back later. But you have to create so much curiosity in this stage. How do you get them to be curious of you? Number one, they see you. Number two, they hear how you speak. Number three, they feel a connection with you. And then finally, when you hear them talk about something like, yes, I've been here for some time, or whatever comes up. I need to, in order for me to really get a feel of this, you would need to role play with me at another time. But we gotta practice, practice, practice. Like whatever you hear, get with one of your colleagues, get with your coach, get with your mentor, and just like, hey, let's role play. I'm gonna come knock on the door and just tell me something to get away from here. And you just practice or greet me. But you gotta practice. So somebody comes to the door and you make them curious, because how can you make them curious? You make them curious when you tell them that you have something that they said they wanted. For example, they say, yeah, I've been living here for like 10 years now, and, I don't know, quite a bit of properties are always selling here. You can say, oh, yes, that's true. And as a matter of fact, I have the exact list of all the homes sold in the last 30 days. And from January to now, I have the list. I could put it together for you and come back later on this evening or tomorrow. That's curiosity. You got to find out what they want. But the conversation have to go where it's a little friendly and it's kind of slightly moved into business. This takes a lot of practice, guys. The next thing is for you to collect their name, email, and their number for the CRM. Someone earlier said they take their iPad and they get the data. They collect the data. And when you collect the data, the most important thing is for you to do drip emails. So you go put these people into your CRM. Customer Relationship Management System. Agent Locator has a phenomenal CRM. The robot in there is phenomenal. You get a client come into your website and start to poke around. Agent Locator website just grabs them, and the CRM just grabs them and start sending them properties that they want to see. You can program for your potential sellers a newsletter that would go out once a month. Just imagine 12 times in a month, in a year, people are getting a newsletter from you with relative content. Get that. Talk to Bianca. They have it. Get it and create it. What about the holidays? How many holidays are there in a year? That's at least 10. What if you had a drip email announcing and saying happy holidays with your brand, your face on it to that potential seller, and you've been doing it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? What happens to that pipeline? All this door knocking becomes such an amazing tool for you to do something that you love doing, connecting with people, and at the same time having the phone calls come in, hey, I'm ready to sell. What a phenomenal thing. Now, Romulus, I promised you the next thing we're talking about is do the Paul 5. What in the world is the Paul 5? And where can you do the Paul 5? Well, if you have a listing in a community, or if you have a, say, open house that you're doing, or if the company, your office, has a listing in the area, do you need your broker's permission to go tell the neighborhood that your office has a listing in the community? Do you need your colleague in your office who has the listing permission to go knock on the 5 doors around it to say, hey, our firm have that listed? No. So what's stopping you from being able to go out there and actually have your, let's say, get these open houses done? And what's the Paul 5? The Paul 5 is you knocking on the doors that are the 5 doors around your subject property. Now, let me just explain this to you. And I wrote it in both my books. The Paul 5 is, let's say, for example, you have a house that is listed by you, or you're doing an open house on, or it's listed by your office, or your friend that's a realtor. It doesn't matter. Or you pick a house. Who cares? In a neighborhood. And right in front of that house, there is a house right in front of it. And then on the left side of that house, there's one house, and on the right side. So basically, the subject house has 3 houses in front of it. That's 3. Your subject house have a house on the right side and on the left side. That's 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Do the Paul 5. Maybe it's a corner lot and it doesn't have a house next to it. Fine. The closest houses to the subject would be the 5 houses that you would door knock on. Hello, Good afternoon. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Good morning. My name is such and such, and I just wanted to bring you this one-page flyer that the house here, 555 Sycamore Street, was just listed for $1,300,000. I have all the beautiful pictures of it. Is this a good time? I just wanted to present it to you and see who do you know that would like to move into this community. Like that, icebreaker. And you could say, wow, I love your garden. As I was walking up the walkway, it was so beautiful. Did you plant all those plants yourself? Or you could say something, wow, this mango tree you have here, or this kind of tree. Associate. Oh, look at this soccer ball. Your kid left the ball right here in the front. My son plays the ball too. What are you seeing? Because there's something to see for everything. There's something to see. And make the connection. So this, what I'm talking about, this target area, Romulus, is now bigger than you could ever imagine. Because all you got to do is just pick the houses you want to work with. Go for some things that you want to sell, 500,000 and below and up, above, 700,000 and up. So you can go out and get these listings, these open houses, do open house, and then knock on the doors around it. And the good thing about that is when you want to target your door knocking, I heard someone said it earlier, they would go after expired listings. But I know that in some countries and some parishes over there, in Canada in particular, you might not be allowed to solicit in some ways. I'm not sure, but make sure you're able to do that. But you should set, and this is the final topic we're going to talk about, and we'll move to the next screen. You should set up your search for yourself in your MLS to let your MLS send you every single day expired listings and canceled listings. And what happens when you wake up in the morning and you get an email that this property was just expired? That means you're going to go knock on the door between 8:30 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning, then come back again at 12 o'clock to 2 p.m., then come back again between 6:30 and 7:30, 8 p.m. Three runs because you want to get that bad boy listed with you. What's the script like when you go onto a door knock for an expired or canceled? It's the same connection thingamajiggy that we're talking about. Hi, my name is Paul Atkinson, and you're holding up a one-page flyer that of all the things that you do. If you want one of these one-page flyers, just click on the QR code, schedule a time with me, and I'll give it to you. The one-page flyer is a great tool for you to use that it just kind of tells who you are. It has your face on it, have your QR code on it, your address, your phone number, your license number, and it just lists like 10 things that you do for sellers. You do this, you do that, you do open houses, networking, great negotiator, blah, 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 blah. It's like your little bio. But you walk up to that door knock in there for the expired listing and cancel listing with that in hand, and you introduce yourself and you say, thank you so much for the opportunity, thanking them. You're giving them credit. Thank you so much for answering the door. Oh my goodness, I came here 3 times today. I was here this morning. I came this afternoon, and I'm back again because I'm the best realtor right here in the community. And I noticed that your property has fell off the market. And I'm wondering if you want to find an excellent realtor to put it back on the market. I am that person. It's phenomenal. You won't be disappointed. Is this a good time? Just 5 minutes to kind of talk about what you're wanting to see? That's the script. That's it. But it's a little bit more, it kind of changes as you flow with it and be comfortable, but you have to have these things. Next screen, please, if we go, Bianca. Let's go to the next screen. What do you need to succeed and achieve effective door knocking today? You really need to be looking at everything that we talked about. And that's a sum it up. Let's sum it all up. You got to have that mindset in the game. You got to know that perception becomes one's own reality. And you need to make sure that everything that you're doing is making that client, that audience curious to hear your proposal. And then you get in there and you collect data and you make your CRM and you just constantly send something out to these clients. And just when you go in the neighborhood, you reach out to them. It's very important that you do that. And then I believe that might be one more slide after that, where if you want to get help, you could definitely scan the QR code and get a growth call. Saeed, I not only do I owe you lunch, my friend, but I owe you an extra 30 minutes of free coaching. So please book it. But please be advised, Saeed, on the 15th, and everybody, on the 15th of July to the 25th of July, even if my calendar is open, don't book anything because I'm going to be in Jamaica with my daughters. I'm traveling for our summer holiday, so it'll be 10 days. Nothing from the 15th to the 25th, please. But if you'd like to book, you're more than welcome. So feel free right now to come up in the next 5 minutes. We went over time. And Bianca, I can answer. Thank you, Paul. Yes, you're welcome. 50, write it down. Extra 30 minutes, buddy. So I owe you an hour and a half free. No problem. No problem. Bianca, who would like to come right now and tell us what is their takeaway? Did they get, like, for example, Baldwinder, did you get how to compete and win? Did you find a tool today that will allow you to get out there and be competitive? Vincent, did you find how to remove your mental block? Romulus, did you find how to get more targeted areas? Saeed, are you kind of seeing an idea of how you can make yourself convert more? Making that connection and nurturing? Please come to the stage. Perfect.
There
you
in
go.
the, yeah. And I also want to add, before anybody else wants to say their final words, I just want to add for the agent locator clients in here, don't forget about Street Match. Paul talked about the importance of drip campaigns. If you can put your leads, you collect through door knocking on Street Match, which automatically sends them for sale. And if your board has them sold listings to your leads, that's also an automated way to keep in touch and give them, important information about what's happening in their neighborhood. So really, really use it. Everybody who you put into the CRM, put them on these listings. Use it as much as you can, because it's a great automated way to stay in touch with them and provide them with important, neighborhood market information.
Yes.
Yes. Every website, Danielle, every website has Street Match and Homebird. Yes.
Beautiful. So good. Thank you, Bianca. You're welcome, Danielle. Anybody else that would like to tell us what's your takeaway? Did you get what you want today from this session?
You can raise your hand again and I'll give you the ability to talk. No.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well, if you take the screen down, I'll say goodbye. So we appreciate you being here, and Agent Locate is a phenomenal tool. I use it myself, and you're more than welcome, John. Thank you all for being here. And what we want to say to you before we go is that, listen, get your mind into the game. Follow these prompts. The most important thing is you need to go ahead and program your mind to be strong. We'll have to try it. Yeah, definitely, Patrick. Try that, or Peter, if I have the name. Try the Paul 5, buddy. And it's all, I wrote it in my books, both books. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, everyone. I wish you all the best. And if you want to book your growth call, just remember the 15th of July to the 25th, please. I will not be available even though it's open. I didn't get a chance to close it out yet. But I'll see you real soon. Bianca, thanks again. What is going on?
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate
it was a
it.
huge audience today, Paul. You might not have seen it, but there was, I think it's one of the biggest webinars.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, please record it and show it again. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Let me know when I speak again, okay? Take care, guys.
Sure.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye. See you. Thanks, Saeed. I see you July 29th. Bye, pal. Bye-bye.